Welcome to this day of celebration. How lovely it is to have you all here to witness the union of David and Mashaw as husband and wife. Together we will share in the joys of their wedding, both with the outward celebration of this occasion and with an internal appreciation for the love that's present today. Who gives this bride to be married today? You two. Michelle and David, you two are here to take the next step into an amazing life together. You are blessed to share this experience with loved ones gathered here to support you as you embark on this journey of lifelong love. As the Bible reminds us in Corinthians, love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it is not rude, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, it always trusts, it always hopes, and always perseveres. Love never fails. May all of you present today remember and cherish this ceremony, for on this day, with love, we will forever bind David and Michelle together. David and Michelle, take a moment to sense the tremendous amount of love radiating throughout this space. It's a long moment. It gets longer. As you stand here today before God, before those gathered here in your honor, and before one another, take note that after you speak your vows this day, your lives will not be the same. Marriage, regardless of any preconceived notion that you might have, will deepen and challenge and strengthen you both in ways that you never thought possible. It's appropriate that I say a few words on marriage itself, and then we'll get to the exciting part. We know that marriage is more than a simple exchange of rings or a combining of assets. Rather, it is an indescribably powerful, shared commitment made to one another in the presence of the whole community. While today I will legally bind you together, the truly important bonds we form today are largely invisible to the world, and they exist primarily in the deepest parts of your heart. Marriage is one of life's greatest gifts, and it is a blessing to make these promises with your best friend. As you hold on to one another through whatever lies before you, you will find deeper levels of joy, happiness, and peace together. Your marriage is the foundation upon which you will build the rest of your lives, and despite any adversity, will always be there to sustain you. As your two lives become one, you will discover a joy which will fuel you to face head-on the challenges that you'll encounter on this earth. As you journey together, keep the well-being of your spouse in the space of highest priority in your heart. Now, will this automatically happen without any effort whatsoever? No. Marriage, like anything else good in life, runs on the fuel of sacrificial love. Ultimately, marriage itself is a picture of God's committed sacrificial love for the world, demonstrated in the love of Jesus for the church. John 13:1 says, when Jesus knew that his hour had come to depart out of this world to the Father, having loved his own who were in the world, he loved them to the end. Every marriage is a picture of this committed, sacrificial love, which seeks to serve rather than to be served, to operate according to grace rather than grudge, and to move forward in hope, which is grounded in forgiveness and charity. In light of this meaning of marriage, learn to work together, to laugh together, and to love together. Don't get caught up in things that will draw you apart. Instead, focus on your shared devotion and commitment to serving one another. As your relationship strengthens, you will find that you share a remarkable love, a love that is both abundantly given and freely accepted. As you both like to say, may your love be modern enough to survive the times, but old-fashioned enough to last forever. As we celebrate this bond of unity today under the eyes of God, it is important that we keep in mind that while this is certainly an occasion of tremendous joy, the promises we witness here today are serious, life-shaping commitments. Each of you has been given two hands, which have served you well in life up until today. After today, each of you will have the honor of using those same two hands to care for one another well. It is fitting that we read the blessing of the hands. And it goes like this. These are the hands of your best friend, young and strong and full of love for you, that are holding yours on your wedding day, as you promise to love each other today, tomorrow, and forever. These are the hands that will work alongside yours as together you build your future. These are the hands that will passionately love you and cherish you through the years, and with the slightest touch will comfort you like no other. These are the hands that will hold you when fear or grief fills your mind. These are the hands that will countless times wipe the tears from your eyes, tears of sorrow and tears of joy. These are the hands that will tenderly hold your children, and these are the hands that will help you hold your family together as one. These are the hands that will give you the strength when you need it. And lastly, these are the hands that even when wrinkled and aged, will still be reaching for yours, still giving you the same unspoken tenderness with just a touch. We come now to the place in the ceremony where vows are exchanged, or personal statements. These vows are here to recognize and to solemnize your relationship as a permanent structure in the world. They are both a symbol of how far you've come these past few years and of your commitment to each other to continue growing, stronger as individuals and as partners in order to love one another well. No matter what challenges you face, you now face them together. And no matter how much you succeed, you now succeed together. The love between you both seals you now as one. The bride and the groom have a few words to share. Michelle, would you like to begin?
Thank you. Okay. David, I love you. I cannot wait to be your wife. Every day I get to spend with you is a day I get to spend with my best friend. If you had told me at 15 that I, a cheerleader on the honor roll, would be marrying the rebellious skater boy from high school, I would have laughed and told you that that kind of romance only happens in an Avril Lavigne song. While we may appear different on the outside, I do not like to think of us as different. I instead prefer to think that we complement one another. You remind me that it's okay to reach for the stars, while I help keep you grounded. You help people with their mental health, while I help people with their physical health. You give me time to speak my thoughts, while I give you time to listen and observe. Ultimately, we bring each other balance, and because of that, I cannot imagine anyone else that I would rather be standing up at this altar with. This adventure called marriage that we are about to embark on is going to be one hell of a ride. While I sit back and think about who I would want by my side every step of the way, it is someone who is smart, someone who is honest, and someone who can make me laugh. It is someone who loves animals and children, someone who can admit when they are wrong, and someone who can make a grilled cheese without burning the bread, since I apparently don't possess that talent. It is someone who treats other people with respect. It is someone who tells me they love me each and every day, but more importantly, it is someone who shows me they love me each and every day. You, David, are all of those things and more. Before we started dating, I had spent some time thinking about what qualities I wanted in a husband, and one by one, you exhibited all those traits that were important to me. However, it wasn't until after we had been dating for a while that I started thinking about the qualities I hoped to be as a wife. It is not only up to you to be a good fit for me, but I, in return, need to be a good fit for you. This is what I came up with. David, as your wife, I promise to do my absolute best to be the wife your parents dreamed you would one day marry. I will show our future children how to not only be a good partner and family member, but also a good person of society. I will make honesty a priority and will give you grace, even at times when I may not feel you are deserving of it. I will communicate with you and will have the conversations that are hard to have because I know it will be in the best interest of our relationship and our family. I will show you love and respect through both my words and my actions. I will be your biggest supporter and will stand with you on the decisions you make, but I will also challenge you to be the best version of yourself. I will try my hardest to be patient with you, especially when you're 45 years old and still playing video games. I will never give up on us, and I will choose you each and every day when I wake up. Babe, I cannot wait to show the world that together we can do what we could never do alone. Let's get married. All my love, Michelle.
Your turn, sir.
It's not going to be that good. Michelle, I cannot believe that this day has finally arrived, the day where we will pronounce our love to one another in front of all of our friends and family. Who could have guessed that when I came to visit you 4 years ago that it would set off a series of events that would ultimately lead us here? While the road from there to here hasn't always been an easy one, I wouldn't change a thing about the journey that we've had together. Words cannot express the love I feel for you. You are one of the most hardworking and dedicated women I've ever met. I love your spirit and your energy. I love your passion for life and your drive to seek out new experiences, adventures. I love that you're constantly challenging me to try new things and to better myself so that I can become the best version of myself. I love the fact that we make a great team and that we balance each other out. I love how you remind me that there's a whole world out there to explore, but in order to do that, I have to get up off my ass in order to see it. I love how when you set your mind on something, you work tirelessly until you achieve it. But most of all, I love you, and I love you with every ounce of my being. These past 4 years have been some of the best years of my life. I cannot just wait to start and raise a family with you, and I cannot just wait to spend the rest of my life with you. Just like these last 4 years haven't always been easy, the next 50 years of our lives will not be easy either. Marriage will be difficult in the same way that anything that is worth doing is always difficult. While I cannot promise you that our marriage will be an easy one, that we will never fight, and that it'll always be fun, what I can promise you is this: I promise to always love you, that no matter how bad things may seem or how mad we may get at one another, I promise that I will always love you with all of my heart. I love you, Michelle, and I cannot wait to spend the rest of my life with you.
Please join hands. Michelle, do you take David to live together in the union of marriage, to take him as your best friend and partner in life, to honor, cherish, and love him from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, or for poorer, in sickness and in health, for all of your days?
I do.
David, do you take Michelle to live together in the union of marriage, to take her as your best friend and partner in life, to honor, cherish, and love her from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, for all of your days?
I do.
Rings, please. The wedding ring's circular shape reflects the unending power of love, a force with no beginning and no end. You should wear these rings proudly and let them remind you each day of your commitment to one another. Michelle, we'll have you go first and repeat after me.
Okay.
I, Michelle, give you, David, this ring as a symbol of my love.
I, Michelle, give you, David, this ring as a symbol of my love.
As I place it on your finger, I commit the whole of my heart and soul to you.
As I place it on your finger, I give you, what?
The whole of my heart
The whole of my heart and soul to you.
There we go.
Perfect.
I promise to cherish you for the rest of my days.
I promise to cherish you for the rest of my days.
I give you all that I am, and I accept all that you are.
I give you all that I am, and I accept all that you are.
I, David,
give
you, Michelle, this ring as a symbol of my love.
Give you, Michelle, this ring as a symbol of my love.
As I place it on your finger, I commit the whole of my heart and soul to you.
As I place it on your finger, I give my whole of my heart and soul to you.
See, it's harder than it
I
sounds.
don't have to rewrite that line.
Yeah. Come on, Dan.
I promise to cherish you for the rest of my days.
I promise to cherish you for the rest of my days.
I give you all that I am, and I accept all that you are.
I give you all that I am and accept all that you are.
Before I pronounce you husband and wife, I have just one final thing I want you to do. Your wedding day is one that flies by. It's a day filled with emotion and friends and rings and dances. Many people remember how fleeting their own wedding day was. So I want you to take a few seconds, look into each other's eyes, and think about the significance of this place in this moment, and really let that joy register in your heart and your mind. Now I want you to think about your life together in 20 years. Where are you and what are you doing? Do not say it out loud. We all know that visions of the future are not identical, but as of today, these visions are complementary. As you two have said over the years, together you can do what you could never do alone. And as John Lennon once said, a dream that you dream alone is only a dream. A dream you dream together, that is a reality. That new reality starts now. Family and friends, by the power vested in me, by the church and by the state of California, I am pleased to pronounce David and Mashaw as husband and wife, sealed together today, both in law and in love. And David, you may kiss your bride. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. David and Michelle Mashaw.